Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Jeff coming at you with another Accelerate Flow State. I've taken a couple of weeks off of this series because I've been going through some of my own personal challenges. And what I've learned from that experience is that no matter how good and developed my practice is, how consistent my practice is, that life is going to throw me curveballs. And that those challenges that appear that are unexpected, I get blindsided by them, it can throw me off my center and it can throw me out of flow if I'm not paying attention. But the good thing that I've learned is that because I have that consistent practice and because I consider flow to be a primary intention of my everyday life, that I was thrown less off center than I maybe would have in the past. And I was able to come back to center quicker than I would have been able to otherwise in the past. And so this idea that life is gonna there's gonna be challenges. It's inevitable. It's going to throw challenges in front of you, and these are the challenges that, as we ground and center ourselves, as we get more tools, emotional tools, spiritual tools, mindset tools in general, to ground into and flow through those challenges, the faster we're going to be able to process them, and the more powerfully we're going to be able to step back into center and continue towards realizing the things that we want to achieve in our lives. And this past experience threw me off for a good 4 to 6 weeks, I would say, where it started happening. I started feeling out of center. I started feeling like I wasn't really sure about where my energy was going and the things that I was focused on, and all of that, and was spun out with all kinds of different thoughts. But again, I never felt completely off center. I felt more grounded probably in that kind of a process than I ever have been. But at the same time, it did take me a few weeks to kind of bring that energy back in, recenter, reground, regroup, and redirect that energy back towards those things that are most important to me. And one of the ways that I did that was through journaling. And we talked about journaling a lot in this series, in the past series. And journaling is really, really powerful to get clarity on what you want and to understand where your head is at in any given moment if you journal about a topic. And journaling doesn't have to take that long. You can journal for a minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever you want. And it can also be just setting intentions for your day. Like, I have a very good friend who does this almost daily, and she just goes and writes on one front side and back side of a page whatever her intention for the day is, and it's usually joy. So she'll just write joy over and over and over again on the front and back page. This is just another version of journaling. So you could do that. You could say gratitude or whatever, like whatever your intention for the day is, or you could write it out in sentences. But the point is that anytime that you're doing that, you're focusing back towards those things that you want to realize in your life, and your brain and your entire system is feeling those things. If you're writing those words, then it is anchoring in that thought, that with the feeling and the intention, and to some degree into your conscious and subconscious mind, so that as you go throughout your day, you're going to be able to move more towards those things that you're intending, and to really resonate at that frequency, is the way I like to say it. So this journaling that I've done is really getting clarity on what those things were from a relationship standpoint, from a business standpoint, recentering back into the things that are most important to me, and reminding myself, oh yeah, this is why I'm getting up in the morning. This is my purpose. This is my mission. These are the things that are important to me, and not all this other stuff. This other stuff is just more or less distraction, even though it takes time to process through that. It's not that it's not important, it's just that it's only one part of what's going on, and that bringing myself back into the grounded, centered intention on the thing, on the goal that I want to see brought forth, is, that allows me to reconnect emotionally to that mission, spiritually to that mission, intellectually to that mission and start taking action again towards that mission. And then I start back into the flow starts going again, and everything starts to move forward in a positive way for me. And that's what has happened to me through this past experience. So I hope that you, when you experience challenges in your life, that you're able to maybe look at it from this sensibility or perspective of flow overall, and say, how much was I in flow when this thing happened? How much is this thing that happened taking me out of flow, and how do I get back into flow, so that I'm maximizing my energy, I'm maximizing the time that I'm spending on things, and I'm getting the biggest results for the least amount of effort. That's ultimately for me what flow is going through and absorbing the challenges, moving through the challenges as quickly as possible, so that they're not completely jamming me up or holding me back, but that I'm able to continue to make progress no matter what's happening around me. And then, as far as like getting clarity on what you want and what you're doing, there's a quote by Steve Jobs that says, have the courage to listen to your heart and intuition. It already knows what you want to become. Everything else is secondary. So when I'm doing this journaling, when I'm thinking through these challenges and thinking through what I need to do to bring myself back to center and to move into that more powerful expression in the moment of moving towards my goals, I listen to that message. I listen to my heart. I listen to my intuition. I remind myself, I'm like, they know best, not my head that's spinning around with, well, what about this and what about that? And so did whatever, and this deal didn't work out, or whatever it is. Like, I ground into my heart, I ground into my intuition. Like, yeah, but even if that whole thing doesn't work, like, I'm still on a good trajectory towards the bigger mission, the bigger goal of what I want to accomplish in my life. And I can be grateful for that. And I don't have to be stuck on this one little speed bump in the road that has come up, or maybe it's multiple speed bumps at the same time. And that's kind of what happened with me, is there were multiple speed bumps at the same time, and that's why you can kind of get jarred around and get off center a little bit. At least that's what happened to me. But again, it's a process. So be good to yourself. Don't judge yourself, and don't be too hard on yourself when these things don't go your way. Instead, focus on the opportunity to build these kinds of tools of awareness, of intention, and of clarity, so that you can continue to move forward and stay in flow. I hope you got something out of this, and it's good to be back, and I look forward to creating more videos for you in the near future. Love to see your comments in the comment section. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.